Most people believe that fatigue and muscle weakness are natural signs of aging or the unavoidable result of a busy lifestyle. They drink more coffee, try to sleep longer hours, or simply accept that their body is slowing down. But what if the real reason behind that constant tiredness and the feeling of heavy, unresponsive muscles is something far simpler and far more dangerous than most imagine? Hidden deep inside the body, a silent deficiency in one vital mineral could be quietly draining energy reserves, disrupting muscle function, and undermining the foundation of long-term health. Unlike dramatic illnesses that show themselves clearly, this deficiency creeps in slowly, often unnoticed for years. A person might start by feeling slightly more exhausted after climbing stairs, or they may find their legs cramping during the night. Later, these small signals grow into persistent fatigue, weakness that limits daily tasks, and even irregularities in heart rhythm that carry far more serious consequences. The danger lies not just in the symptoms, but in how easily they are dismissed. People tell themselves they are just getting older, they assume stress is to blame, or they ignore the problem until it begins to affect every part of their life. The shocking truth is that this mineral shortage is far more common than most realize, fueled by modern diets stripped of nutrients and lifestyles that deplete the body's reserves. Left untreated, it can rob the body of vitality, reduce independence, and accelerate decline. Yet the solution does not require expensive treatments or complicated routines. With awareness and the right steps, anyone can restore balance, protect their muscles, and unlock energy they thought was lost forever. The problem begins quietly, with signals so subtle that most people fail to connect them to anything serious. A person might notice that no matter how much sleep they get, the fatigue lingers. Tasks that once felt effortless, carrying groceries, walking a few blocks, or simply standing for a longer period, start to feel unusually draining. Muscles that once responded with strength begin to ache, cramp, or feel weak, even without intense exertion. Over time, this weakness grows more persistent, stealing away the confidence to move freely and perform daily routines. The fear emerges when these symptoms no longer seem like minor inconveniences, but rather constant companions that interfere with life. What frightens many is the uncertainty, the sense that something deeper is wrong but remains unseen. Unlike pain from an injury or exhaustion after hard work, this fatigue and weakness come without a clear explanation, leaving the mind to imagine the worst. People worrying about hidden diseases, neurological conditions, or heart problems, all while overlooking the simple truth that a vital mineral may be slipping away from their bodies. The silence of this deficiency makes it especially dangerous. There are no flashing warning signs, no sudden alarms, just a gradual erosion of energy and vitality. The fear intensifies as individuals begin to notice how the problem affects not only their body, but also their independence and quality of life. They hesitate to make plans, avoid physical activities, and slowly retreat from the things they once enjoyed. This creates a cycle of decline, where weakness feeds fear, and fear feeds inactivity. The unsettling reality is that the issue is far more widespread than people realize, and ignoring it allows it to grow stronger until it becomes not just an inconvenience, but a real threat to health, mobility, and longevity. One of the most common mistakes people make when facing persistent fatigue and muscle weakness is assuming it is simply a natural part of aging. They tell themselves that feeling drained is normal after 50 or 60, and that weakness in the muscles is inevitable as the years pass. This mindset leads many to ignore the body's signals and dismiss them as unavoidable, when in fact they may be the result of a correctable imbalance. Another frequent mistake lies in the over-reliance on stimulants. To combat constant tiredness, many turn to coffee, energy drinks, or sugary snacks, hoping for a quick burst of vitality. While these may provide temporary relief, they ultimately worsen the problem, masking the underlying deficiency and putting additional strain on the body. A third error is focusing solely on exercise as a solution. People often believe that pushing harder in the gym or walking longer distances will build strength and fight fatigue. Without the proper mineral balance, however, the body cannot fully repair or fuel the muscles, and exercise may even increase exhaustion and cramping. There is also the mistake of trusting processed foods to provide the necessary nutrients. Modern diets, heavy in refined products and low in fresh, mineral-rich foods, leave many people unknowingly depleted. Even those who believe they are eating healthy may overlook the lack of diversity and the subtle loss of key nutrients during food processing. Another misconception is thinking that multivitamins alone will solve the issue. Many supplements fail to provide the mineral in the form the body can absorb effectively, leading individuals to believe they are protected when, in reality, the deficiency deepens. Lastly, many people avoid speaking to a doctor about their symptoms because they fear being told it is all in their head or that nothing can be done. This silence delays proper diagnosis and allows the condition to progress quietly. Together, these mistakes create a cycle where the root cause remains hidden, while people continue to suffer, believing they are powerless against their fatigue and weakness. The first secret element that often hides in plain sight is magnesium. This mineral is deeply connected to energy production, muscle function, and nervous system stability, yet it is one of the most commonly overlooked nutrients in modern diets. Magnesium plays a central role in the creation of adenosine triphosphate, the molecule that fuels every cell in the body. Without enough of it, energy production slows, leaving people feeling drained even after a full night's sleep. It also regulates the balance of calcium and potassium in the muscles, allowing them to contract and relax properly. When levels are too low, muscles become prone to cramps, spasms, or persistent weakness that no amount of exercise seems to fix. In the nervous system, magnesium acts like a calming agent, supporting communication between brain cells and protecting against overstimulation. This balance not only prevents fatigue, but also reduces irritability, restlessness, and trouble focusing, all of which are common signs when magnesium is deficient. The problem is that magnesium is easily depleted. Stress, caffeine, alcohol, and even certain medications accelerate its loss, leaving people vulnerable without realizing it. Modern farming practices have also stripped much of the soil of its natural magnesium, which means that even those who eat vegetables regularly may not be getting sufficient amounts. Foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains are reliable sources, but they are often missing in diets dominated by processed and refined products. The subtlety of magnesium deficiency makes it especially dangerous, because it develops slowly and is often misattributed to aging, stress, or overwork. Replenishing magnesium, however, can have a profound effect. Muscles regain their strength, energy returns in a steadier and more sustainable way, and the nervous system becomes more resilient. Recognizing the importance of this element is the first step toward breaking the cycle of fatigue and weakness that so many people accept as inevitable. The second secret element that plays a crucial role in fighting fatigue and muscle weakness is potassium. This mineral is essential for maintaining the delicate balance of fluids and electrolytes in the body, and it is deeply involved in how muscles and nerves function. Potassium ensures that electrical signals pass smoothly between cells, allowing muscles to contract with strength and release without strain. When potassium levels drop too low, even simple movements can feel heavy and exhausting, and muscles may cramp or twitch uncontrollably. Beyond its muscular role, potassium directly affects cardiovascular health by helping regulate blood pressure and supporting steady heart rhythms. Deficiency in this mineral can cause palpitations, dizziness, or feelings of weakness that people often mistake for stress or lack of sleep. Potassium is also essential for energy metabolism, as it works alongside magnesium to help cells absorb nutrients and convert them into fuel. Without it, the body struggles to efficiently generate and maintain stamina throughout the day. One of the reasons potassium deficiency is so common is that processed foods, which dominate many diets, are notoriously low in this mineral. At the same time, diets high in sodium further deplete potassium reserves, creating an imbalance that puts strain on both muscles and the heart. Fresh fruits and vegetables, such as bananas, oranges, sweet potatoes, avocados, and spinach are natural powerhouses of potassium, but they are often underrepresented in daily meals. Another complication is that certain medications, particularly diuretics and treatments for blood pressure, can accelerate potassium loss, leaving individuals unaware of the silent drain on their energy and strength. Restoring potassium intake can dramatically change how the body feels and functions. Muscles begin to respond with greater resilience, fatigue eases, and circulation improves, allowing the heart and brain to work in harmony. This element, when combined with magnesium, creates a foundation of stability and vitality, showing how much hidden power lies in correcting even the simplest nutritional imbalances. When magnesium and potassium come together in the body, they create a powerful synergy that supports nearly every system linked to energy, muscle function, and long-term health. Magnesium helps regulate the transport of potassium into and out of cells, meaning that without sufficient magnesium, even a diet rich in potassium cannot deliver its full benefits. Together, these minerals stabilize nerve signaling, ensuring that muscles contract and relax smoothly without spasms, cramps, or weakness. They also reduce the risk of dangerous irregularities in heartbeat, as both elements are vital for maintaining electrical balance within the heart muscle. On a cellular level, magnesium activates enzymes that convert nutrients into usable energy, while potassium ensures that this energy flows steadily into tissues that need it most. This combination translates into fewer episodes of sudden fatigue, stronger muscle endurance, and clearer mental focus throughout the day. Beyond immediate energy and strength, the partnership of magnesium and potassium helps control blood pressure, lowers the strain on arteries, and reduces the long-term risk of stroke and cardiovascular disease. The results of restoring this balance are often subtle at first, with fewer morning aches, better sleep, and reduced irritability, but over time, the improvements become profound. People notice that simple activities like climbing stairs or carrying groceries no longer leave them drained, and the cloud of persistent fatigue begins to lift. The body feels lighter, the mind sharper, and the sense of vitality stronger, as if hidden reserves of energy have finally been unlocked. This is not a sudden miracle, but the natural outcome of addressing a deficiency that silently undermined health for years. By combining these two essential minerals, the body finds equilibrium, and with it comes resilience, strength, and the ability to age with greater energy and independence. Understanding the silent role of mineral deficiencies is only the first step, but the real change comes from taking deliberate action. Every person over 50 has the power to influence how their body feels, how their muscles perform, and how much energy they have each day by making small but consistent adjustments. The first step is awareness, recognizing that persistent fatigue and muscle weakness are not simply natural parts of aging, but often signals of an imbalance that can be corrected. The second step is evaluating diet with honesty, asking whether daily meals truly provide magnesium and potassium in sufficient amounts, or if processed food, excess caffeine, and salt have been silently depleting the body for years. Introducing foods rich in these minerals, such as leafy greens, nuts, seeds, beans, bananas, and avocados, can gradually restore balance. For those whose diet alone may not be enough, guided supplementation under medical supervision becomes a practical solution. Beyond nutrition, simple lifestyle adjustments such as reducing alcohol, moderating coffee, and staying hydrated are powerful allies in retaining these minerals. Regular physical activity, even gentle walks or stretching routines, helps improve the body's ability to circulate and use nutrients effectively, amplifying the benefits. What matters most is consistency, because the body responds over weeks and months, not days, and every choice compounds to either weaken or strengthen health. This is the time to reclaim control and refuse to accept constant fatigue as inevitable. By acting today, the body can regain energy reserves that seemed lost, muscles can recover strength, and the future can feel brighter, lighter, and more resilient. The invitation is simple yet urgent. Do not wait until fatigue deepens or weakness becomes disabling. The path to vitality is within reach, and every step taken now ensures that life after 50 is not defined by limits, but by strength, clarity, and renewed independence.